All right, SpongeBob, pay close attention. Look at your marble. Visualize the sculpture within. Then, gently.
All I know is I'm looking everything. It's oh shit. Yeah, autism. Yep, that's autism. Yep.
What's going on, gamers? Steel here. And to start this off, I'm going to repeat what I said at the beginning of the video. I attempted to gather as much context as possible. I want to remain as honest as I can. This is meant to be an honest criticism of Sergeant Vittie's channel. Now Vittie, I want to express a feeling toward you that is not just my own. You have made a name for yourself virtually out of nowhere, which good on you, mate. However, the steps you took to gather the cult following you now have is concerning to me. As many of you may know, other War Thunder content creators have made videos talking about him. Cone of Arc is perhaps the main factor, as Vittie directly talked about him in this post. The elephant in the room, in regards to what Cone said, is the fake giveaways. Now I understand that these giveaways are not fake. Cone may have been running off of rumor about you since, again, you popped up out of absolutely nowhere in the past few months. I'm going to defend you here because you did show proof of gift receipts in said post. In defense of Cone, however, I would like to offer a more valid criticism than what he said. As one of many people who participated in a Mighty Jingles giveaway, I must say that your handling of these giveaways is not very clean cut. I'm just using Jingles for an example here, but Jingles would make a video about a giveaway and the instructions on how to enter and whatnot. He also would say that he would announce the winner after the giveaway was over, which he did. The issue that your giveaways bring to the table is that you do not make any attempt whatsoever to announce the winner on your YouTube channel. In fact, I haven't found any evidence that you have indeed made some sort of post about it on YouTube. Sure, you can say that, well, you didn't do the giveaway and you don't follow me on my other social media platforms, which is true. I don't follow you on any social media platforms. But this is where you've lost respect of the outsiders looking in. I am not going to name names or throw anyone under the bus. You may even know who I'm referring to, as I can't be too vague without just sounding like I'm lying. Your YouTube channel is your main platform. This is where you produce the content that got you relevant in the first place. If you have a giveaway, but then it just slips into the background on your social media accounts and not the main source of information, then it makes it look unorganized, half-assed, and kinda shady. The only thing you needed to do was to make a YouTube video specifically about the giveaway that you were conducting. Sometimes Jingles would make the announcement in a non-specific video, but his content was spaced out so it wasn't buried in the content between the giveaway announcement and the winner videos. If you have indeed done a non-specific video with the winner of the giveaway in it, then please make that known to me or anyone else that is probably wondering. Now, this is actually quite a good segue into my next point, that being your content style. Not trying to personally attack you here, but in my opinion, and many others I know, you have what I would say is a GTA of War Thunder channel structure of sorts. In fact, I would say it's even worse than some of the cancer content in the GTA YouTube sphere. Some of your titles are not necessarily clickbait per se. The video in question does showcase what is in the thumbnail and title. However, a good example of this is your video from 2 months ago titled Fastest Reloading MBT in Game for the Challenger 2. The other being a video on the Type 90 called 5 Seconds Fastest Reloading Stock MBT in Game. Now, it's been a while since I watched either video, but the Chally video was a bit off. You should be less clickbaity in the title and be a little more informative. Something like Tea Time Ready Rack would have made a better and funnier title, because the Challenger 2 has only a few shots that are actually a 5-second reload. The Type 90, however, has a 5-second reloaded auto-loader. That makes a huge difference for anyone new to top tier or interested in learning the strengths and weaknesses of MBTs, because misinforming people on the Chally may make them regret it, or the Type 90 if they grind it. Now, I'm going to say that in this situation, this is 100% clickbait. It is better to be informative and have a smarter community than to let them awe at you because you can third-person shoot with a gun that only really starts to drop off over 1,000, sometimes 1,500 meters, when you're just shooting at 300 meters on a pretty easy to pen MBT, or using the accuracy of the third-person reticle, which is actually quite accurate in most cases, to hit the general center of mass weak spots. It's just showing off, and it is kind of just cringeworthy grandstanding of the sorts, in my opinion. Now, this next point is what motivated me to make this video. There's a screenshot going around from a player whose name I will keep hidden from view out of the respect of this player. This guy must have been having a really bad day. We all have our fair share, you know, so I assume the story goes is that Vittie killed this guy in a Tank RB match through thermal masking smoke. As you can see, the player is obviously frustrated and goes all caps and all chat. He then calls him a hacking N-word. Vittie responds in a very condescending manner towards him in both the all chat and in a later PM. The player tells Vittie that he does not give him permission to use his name in the video. Vittie's response is just so unbelievably childish and pathetic. It reads, "You are going in the video, reported for calling me an N-word, and will be embarrassed on YouTube for your behavior. I will also be sending this to a moderator of War Thunder. You are the reason why the player base of this game sucks." Now yes, he did go overboard, but that's typical online gaming rage. What's more overboard is that he specifically requested to not use his name in a video, but you will use it anyways on purpose to embarrass him. What kind of douchebag does that, seriously? Especially someone like you, who has a decent-sized community that can sick people on others like dogs. You should have a little more respect than that for yourself and others. The better way to handle that situation is to explain to him how you managed to track him because of his rather obvious predictability. Tell him that he should try to learn how to read the average player's movements and reactions, and possibly even make a video with his name blacked out, but directed towards him and others with similar experiences. I mean, it's not hard for me to do that as well. I've played the game for a long time, and it's just about playing the game and collecting the experience to learn how players react. But sorry, Vittie, but you have become the new Orange Doom. even Orange wasn't that bad. Sure, he sicked his followers on my old squadron Beehive because of 2 of our baseline members trolling him in a tank match a long time ago. We all got our fair share of targeted team killing, harassment, mass fake reports, etc.
Get it.
Guess what? Orange is now gone. Kicked out of this community for those kinds of actions. He deserved criticism, sure. We all do. You do too. But you can't do this kind of shit. You're going to promote an elitist group of players that just echo chamber in your channel and shit on others and other channels. Me included, no doubt. Now, I don't know if you actually used this poor soul in a video yet. I really don't want to sift through your Orbit commercial bling thumbnail videos to find this poor sod, getting publicly shamed for calling you the N-word. Guess what? That's the internet. If he doesn't want to listen to some advice, then just ignore him and move on. I would like to touch on the Lightning F6 fiasco, but I'm not really in the mood to piss off more people than I already will. That opens up into a much bigger can of worms than can be made in one video alone. All I can say is to be calm and agreeable when discussing flight data and performance graphs. Going full insert whatever Abu here doesn't help anyone. That goes for all nations in the game. Now, real quick before I conclude this video, I just want to touch on Lieutenant Cabby. I just want to make a note of the fact that he's literally copied your format, so I would like to ask you a couple of questions that need answered. Is Cabby your brother? You guys sound identical. You're not copying channels, are you? And 2, why the hundreds of tags? I know it's algorithm shenanigans, but dude, no other reputable content creator does that. Emphasis on the word reputable. And I've also got 2 suggestions for you, actually. Make videos dedicated to announcing the winner of a giveaway. More transparency would make it look so much more legit. You wouldn't have had to make a community post about it if you had just been more responsible with letting people know who won on your main platform, which is YouTube. The second suggestion would be to apologize to the player who didn't consent to the use of his name in a video. What you said was very childish, and not something that a content creator should be doing. You have every right to report him, but threatening to publicly shame him is just pathetic. Now, to conclude this video, I have one final statement. Vittie, you popped up in the War Thunder community at a time that I don't think you had 100% control over. The patch being delayed for your CV90 giveaway really stretched thin your reputation for being so noob. You are already not well liked in most places, and the giveaways need to cool down for a while. You promoted yourself through giveaways and clickbait. The shitty elitist Teabu attitude that you try to promote only hinders a good reputation. So don't become another Orange Doom, and most importantly, don't do the Vittie.
I'm Ice Poseidon. Long live ice, long live ice, long live ice, long...